Good morning, good morning. Hey Jesse, what's up? Good to see ya. Okay, I think we're back, guys. I think we're back. Apologies for the interruption. Let me know if you can see me. All good. Cool, cool. Well, good morning, AOD, Squid, Toad, Michelle. Good to see you guys. Cool. Thanks, Bill. Good to see you. Good morning. All right, well, we have a solid downtrend this morning. Aloha, Cricket. See if we can get back to the EMA and get a second entry short. This could shoot, we could have a trade pre-market here, guys. Hey, Ed. Morning, coffee. All right, I'm gonna make sure to reload my chart here. Make sure we're getting the freshest of bars. We're still on our pullback, getting close to that EMA here. Well, as we've been talking about this week, guys, really not much news going on. We have a bond auction at 1 p.m. today. That is really it for the day. No scheduled news other than that, so no known catalyst for the market. Of course, something else can always pop up. Either way, this pullback looks nice, and if we can get to the EMA and get a second entry, should be good to go. Let's also make sure we got our levels marked out on the S&P here. Of course, we got a gap down today. That is where our gap is. I think this is filling. Oh yeah, we already filled the gap from yesterday. Let's take a look at the daily chart too. We could be going back down to test. Hold on, sorry, my pen is not working. Give me one sec. Basically, could be going back down to test kind of the breakout area. We broke above this swing high, and then also like these lows here. It's a pretty significant level. Broke out. We could be headed back down to test that area. Not necessarily today, but within. And you can go back and watch my stream. I believe from yesterday. This is exactly what I predicted to happen. Couple candles in here, something like that. And then eventually breaking out of there. Whoop, that's huge. I don't think you'll get a candle that wide. That would be a feat of science. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking is going to happen over the next week or so. I am all on mute. You guys didn't even hear all those beautiful insights I just dropped. No, just saying good morning to everyone. UK Futures Trader, good morning to you. Neil, Tom, Gene, good morning. Hey, Arthur. Good to have everyone today. Getting close to the open. We got 8 minutes, and we will cross our fingers for a nice short here at the open. Just our luck, this is going to push to a new low without giving us a single chance to enter. Yeah, Arthur, that Fed speak, I don't think is gonna do anything. I mean, you never know. Anytime you have Fed speak, something crazy could happen. Our good buddy Bostic has moved the market recently, and you know, no one expected that. So, yeah, it's a good call out. Anytime you have Fed speak, it's good to pay attention to. Toad asks, if I were to guess, sorry, hold on. Toad is asking, if I were to guess, do I think that we're going to hit a new low with the break of the channel? Yes. Anytime you have a nice trend working down like this and you have a break of the channel, the vast majority of the time you will get a push to a new low. Channel down, move up, move to a new low. Not that it's going to happen necessarily right this instant, but I would be absolutely shocked if we didn't reach a new low of this channel. That's just how price typically moves. All right, we are now 4 minutes away from the open. I think this is going to be a good one, guys. We do have our first entry too on the S&P here. Pullback, first entry. Just need one more pullback to the EMA, but yeah, I'll probably wait for a lower high, to be honest. good luck to everyone here on a beautiful Wednesday. And so far, you know, liking the movement overnight. So we do have a chance to actually do something. Your bars look different than mine. Uh-oh. I already reloaded my chart, I believe, and I fixed my lag, so I think I'm good. I'll try to reload here in a minute, too. It's the color, yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there's the open. We will see what today holds. Working back to that EMA, let's see some nice rejection. And then, yeah, like I said, I'm going to be waiting on a lower high. No rejection at the EMA so far. Okay, there's that push below the EMA. Let's see if we can get that lower high. Okay, can we get the lower high here? let's check it out. Let's check it out. Come on, baby. Pardon me, guys. No, don't like that push above the EMA. That's not what we're looking for. Might set up on the Nasdaq a little better. We're also getting that push above the EMA. Just want to see that rejection. See if this triggers. Doesn't look like it. About to cancel this. Yeah, push above the EMA again. See how we're looking on the ES. If this bar turns, could be good. But it really has to push down pretty strongly here. No dice. Alright, well that moment has passed for now. But we're still overall bearish bias. And this channel up did have a break and a new high, so right now I would want to see a push below the EMA and a failed second entry long. That will get me going to the short side. See if we can get that failed second entry long. That's what I'm waiting for. Maybe even a really good looking lower high. This would be our first entry long. If we can push below the EMA, this would be perfect to start. Count reset because we had a double top here, so we're still gonna have to wait for one entry like this, another entry like this. It could be a really good short. We have so much room. Like if we get a short up here, we have so much room to the bottom. Could be really good risk to reward. So hoping that works out. Nope, back above the EMA. We might have to. Market might show us that it just wants to go up here instead. Not sure how well a wider uptrend fits. It's not bad. It's not bad. Maybe that's what we got going on. If this keeps confirming, we might start looking for a long. Over on the Nasdaq, continued movement up as well. Almost looks like we're starting this channel from this second swing. It's following it a little bit nicer. Here's that gap fill on the Nasdaq. Where's yesterday's low? That'll come into play too. Let's get that marked on the ES. Coming up to yesterday's low pretty quick here. Looks like an overshoot possibly of that Nasdaq channel. ES is still respecting it for now. Possible overshoot here on the S&P now. See if it reacts as such. Nasdaq, DGAF, it's going straight for that previous day low. Going back to our downtrend, if we do draw it a little tighter, we could have a possible overshoot. Maybe that's why we're getting this big correction. It's a little sloppy drawing it this morning, yeah. If you draw it tight to all this price action, these swings right here, you do have a little bit of a overshoot, so that could be what's causing that. All right, time for some water, guys. Time to hydrate. Chug jug. That's right, Tom. That is right. And I play around, but I will say that water, exercise, and sleep make a huge difference in your trading performance. I mean, I know it's common knowledge and everything, but for real, if you're not in a good rhythm of getting lots of water, getting exercise, getting plenty of sleep, it will have a huge impact on your ability to perform. You need to be really, really sharp mentally to be able to take in all the information and make solid, informed decisions that are happening like in an instant. Still working our way higher, and we haven't hit yesterday's low yet, so if we can pull back to the EMA here, I like a long before we get there. Come on now, let's get that pullback. Looks like the Nasdaq has already made it to the previous day's low. So not too excited about that one anymore. The S&P is not there, so we still got a chance. Still waiting on that pullback. Feels like it's gonna be the pullback that never comes. And there we are. We hit yesterday's low of day. Of course, without a solid entry. Even if you were anticipating a long earlier, there really was just not any good entries. We have a first entry here to a new high, first entry here to a new high, and then yet again, first entry didn't even get close to the EMA. So no way to really get on that, and that's okay. Come on now. We'll see something out of the market. Now we're just chopping around yesterday's low. And we keep having to widen our channel. It's not a good sign. Not a good sign. So if we confirm above yesterday's low, the next target would be the gap fill there at the previous day's close. Sachs guy saying it'd be sick if we went back to the opening price from here. Oh my goodness. Yeah. It could happen. We are getting what appears to be a little rejection there at yesterday's low. Would not be super excited for a long here. All right, pullback. We're at the EMA. This would be a second entry long technically, but I'm not going to be taking a long right off of that level. We'll need to see a higher low confirmation. So we do technically have two legs back. Here's the first leg. There's the second leg. Could get a bullish bar that goes up, but since we're coming right off the previous day's low, possible overshoot, I want to see a bull bar here, then a move up, one more pullback, and then a higher low right here, and that will take long. There's the technical second entry. EMA looks to be holding. See if we can get that higher low. Come on now, let's get one more confirmation. So far, just as I feared, coming off the previous day's low, we may have a more of a larger term correction. What's up to everyone just popping in? We are waiting for a long entry, hopefully, knock on wood. It's not looking great as we're pushing below the EMA, coming right off yesterday's low, but we can push above and get a higher low. I do like that. Nasdaq is in a very similar situation as the S&P here. Already have our technical second entry, but this all just kind of looks like one leg down. We want to see a push up and then one more attempt to go lower, and the EMA holds and we can get along. So I like it. on both the S&P and the Nasdaq. It's just got to set up right. Man, big push up here. On the Nasdaq, it looks like it's almost gone too high already. Cool, here we go. Pull back to the EMA. Let's see that higher low. Doesn't look like it's going to give it to us, does it? Nasdaq has already moved quite a ways up. Setup is pretty much gone there. Yeah, still has a chance. Still has a chance. Nasdaq pushing up, about to make a new high. There's the new high on the Nasdaq. Doesn't look like we are going to get the setup. Man, that was starting to look really good. Yeah, this move up, pardon me. And we just needed a little bit of a drop down and one candle right here. But I think it's going to get to a new high without us. It was just teasing AOD. It really was. It really was. Nasdaq continuing to go up. A lot stronger than the ES right now. And just about ready to fill the gap from last night. Meanwhile, the S&P barely made a new high and already struggling. So you can see the weakness on the S&P versus the Nasdaq right now. Very strong indeed. Gap is filled on the Nasdaq, and yeah, because our channel moving up here had a break and a new high, we're gonna have to pause on looking for a long here for a minute. See what the market is going to do. This could be when we correct, and it could just be a small correction, right? It could just be something like this, and then we're moving back up, but we need to give the market a minute to correct. And hopefully we can get some solid movement one way or the other. If we can break out of this little, above this consolidation overnight, above that gap fill, looking on the daily chart, like if we can get above yesterday's high, that's going to be some good stuff. Or if we just completely reject off of that, or not reject off of that, but fill the gap and then come down strong, we can look for a really good move to the low a day.
Takes us to a place where we ache to go again.
Nasdaq still pushing up. You know, actually, I'm gonna take a look at, maybe there's a way this can all fit in the same channel. Nah, that doesn't look good. And one thing to keep in mind, guys, is, I mean, this is a pretty solid move up, right? So we might want to look for a measured move, which would take us to here. Which is basically, is that the high of day yesterday? No, but that's the like overnight high area. So that could be a target. Could be a target. After we let the move correct a little bit, if we continue to move up, we can take along, and that would be our target up here. And very possible we get something like that. We might even like be able to fit all of this in one channel. So there are times when the structure is very clear and you know exactly what you expect the market to do. This right here was one of those times. Nice channel up, pull back to the EMA, looking for just a higher low to take to a new high. We're right on about the context, just needed one little extra piece of information to confirm, but market did exactly what we thought it was going to do, and now we are back to waiting, analyzing, and hopefully soon it should be obvious what we expect the market to do, and we can act on it. What I'm expecting here again is maybe a slight correction and then a move up to the measured move. While we're waiting for that to develop, guys, make sure you like the stream. That'd be super helpful to the YouTube robots. We got nearly 50 people in here, only 16 likes. Doesn't cost anything, just a little click of a mouse. Man, Nasdaq is still just going beast mode here. Looking at this wider channel, looks pretty decent. That looks pretty good too. I think I like this one better. Might end up doing something like that on the S&P too, if it continues to confirm. Zach says, I love counter trend. It's an expensive addiction. It is. It is. It can be very expensive. Starting to get that correction. This is exactly what we were wanting to see. Hopefully it can develop into 2 clear legs. That's when we'll know that it's safe to buy again. So if we get one move down like this, push up, another move down like that, that is when we're going to be good to go to buy, especially if yesterday's low holds and then we push above the EMA. Could be a good time for longs. Meanwhile, on the Nasdaq, I kind of like long, guys. Looking for a second entry. Channel is pretty clear, I think. Looks pretty good. Okay, there is our first entry on the Nasdaq. Right off of that gap fill. I'm gonna take that off the chart, by the way. We don't really need that anymore. Again, I just want boom, 1 entry, boom, 2nd entry. We'll do it. All right, kind of moving up here with no EMA test. And we're gonna get a new high. Good night. S&P has a new high too, and yeah, we'll look to widen this channel. Market keeps going up. See if we can get a setup before that measured move. On the Nas too, want to see where that measured move will leave us. We're right at that overnight high area. Possible measured move way up here, kind of near yesterday's high. We'll keep that for a possible target. See what the S&P can do. And even if we were trying to take a long here, wouldn't have really set up very great. First entry, and not even really a second entry, just first entry to a new high. Yeah, a wider channel does fit the two tops nicely. I think that looks pretty good. Pretty good. Gap is nearly filled on ES2. Let's cross our fingers for a nice pullback, guys. That's what we need. Could get a really good setup here pretty soon. Solid confirmed uptrend. Price is moving nicely. We have a clear level target above us. Just need to see that pullback. Okay, move up yet again. It's shooting for that measured move. It wants it. It's like, forget all those pullbacks, forget this regular kind of market movement. We're just gonna go straight up to it. Again, that's also overnight high. And on the Nasdaq, that is yesterday's high. So again, Nasdaq quite a bit stronger than the S&P. Look at the daily chart. We were very close to making a new high. Yes, we have ways to go, ways to go. But speaking of which, I will mark the high of day from yesterday now, because it seems like we're going to get there. That definitely looks like an overshoot. Got a feeling we'll get a correction from that. For all you counter trend traders, don't pick top. If I were gonna pick a top, I think the move's already done. It's already corrected a little bit for a scalp, but feels like an overshoot, feels like we can correct soon, but the market can continue higher even when you think otherwise. Nasdaq definitely acting like an overshoot. So far, 2, almost 3 red candles in a row. Or I should say bearish candles. Obviously, not red anymore. Got a new coat of paint over here. Fresh coat of paint. All right, well, we gotta wait for this overshoot to either correct strongly or prove that it's going to continue higher. We could be, you know, I mean, we still have move to that measured move. Still have room to that measured move, I should say. Still have room to the new high. So for sure, looking on the long side, just need the market to come back to a key entry point. Right now, it's kind of floating in the middle of nowhere. So that's what I'm waiting for. Gonna head over to the Discord. Looks like we have some good trading conditions, I'd say. Some really good possibilities for some solid trades. So I am gonna be ready for that. So yeah, see all you Discord fam over there. And for everyone else, have a great rest of your trading day, and I'll catch you next time. Later, guys.